Welcome to Horsepower Hour. I'm here with my special guests this week, Baker, Boone, and Markum. We've got a wealth of experience up here in knowledge and some of the most popular teachers we have here on campus with the finest classes. So you guys introduce yourselves. Tell us how long you've been at Middleburg High School. Go ahead, Baker.
Well, I am Sarah Baker, and this is my 21st year here at Middleburg High School.
I am Kelly Boone, and this is my 22nd year at Middleburg High School.
I'm Collin Markum, and this is my 22nd year at Middleburg.
So, like I said, a wealth of knowledge. I wasn't going to try and make him feel old or anything, but
He's trying to call us old.
it's
okay.
I think what's important for us to understand is that kids have just always evolved from day to day, year to year. What's the biggest difference now between kids in 2025 compared to like 2015? What do you think, Baker?
Well, okay, so when we started, we're 1 year apart. I think you were a half a year or whatever. We're not far apart. We started and it was a different world. Oakleaf did not exist. So we had half the kids from Oakleaf here at Middleburg High. The other half went to Orange Park High. It was just a different society, a different culture. It was a little bit more what the typical people thought of Middleburg being like. And now we're seeing an evolving, not like something completely different. It's just evolving into something new. The kids are still great. Like, I would pick this school a million times over many of the other schools. I love this school. I'm a diehard Bronco, even though I went to a different school.
It's okay.
But hey,
we won't tell. We won't mention it.
I know. But
We won't mention a school on Kingsley. Go ahead.
Nope. But I'm a diehard Bronco through and through, and you can't beat the culture of the kids at this school.
Awesome. Markum, what's the biggest difference?
I think the biggest difference is the competition for their attention. That it was flip phones in 2003 when I started here, and it was a different kind of attention economy going on.
Gotcha. Did we have payphones here back in the day?
Not that I've seen.
I think there was one in the cafeteria. Wasn't there one in the cafeteria?
There was a smoking section
There was,
just outside the cafeteria.
Yes, that wasn't for the
Yeah.
students, though. I remember that. But I think there was a payphone in the cafeteria.
We had a payphone at my high school, and people had beepers. It was totally different. If you talk about that now with kids, they have no idea what those things are and what a payphone is. You used to have to take a quarter and put it in and dial and then wait and call, and yes. So
Or you call collect and say, I'm ready to get picked up.
And that was your name.
And that was your name. And then your mom would know to come pick you up.
Yes.
So we are fighting for the attention. A lot of it has to do with the cell phone, so that's a big deal for this day and age. What's the best part for you guys of being a Bronco? Start with you, Markum.
Oh man, the best part's the community. We got great parents, we got great students. My favorite, and I know they have similar stories, are I've taught 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, children, cousins in the families, getting able to know them from teenage years into their 30s now.
And AP US History is what Mr. Markum teaches. If you haven't started the E-Rod yet and you're taking his class, just wait a couple weeks. You're good. Wait till the last second.
Gabriel,
if you have not started the E-Rod, and I'll let you. What is the E-Rod? Go ahead.
The E-Rod is the Evil Exam Review of Death. It's a polite name for what it actually is, a giant review packet, but it gets them ready for the exam. It's undefeated in preparation.
Lots of content on that exam. What's the biggest thing for those, like the biggest bit of advice you would give those kids before they sit and take that exam coming up in a couple weeks?
Chip away at it. You can't get a year of history content in a day, in a week. Chip away at it in the remaining time, and you'll be able to retain it.
Awesome. And there's a big writing portion on that too, so I know you guys spend a lot of time with that. Talk about the best part of being a Bronco for you, Miss Boone.
I hate to piggyback off of Markum, but it is the community. This is my second high school that I taught at. I taught previously in Duval County, and one of the first things I noticed when I walked in this school was just school spirit, that the students were wearing Middleburg shirts. And then my first football game was the community comes to the football games. It's not just the students that come to the football games. And just that intersection between who and what Middleburg is and who they send to our school is just it's a great place to be and it's a great place to work.
Awesome.
What about your first graduation? Do you remember seeing that your first graduation here, they stormed the field like they
Yeah.
won a championship?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So you guys, how long have y'all been running graduation?
I don't know. We lost track. 10, 15, I don't know, a long time.
More than 10 years.
Okay.
Yes. We remember when we'd sit on the stage and it was like Star Wars coming at us of just the stands emptying, them storming onto the field coming at us. And it's overwhelming. I mean,
It's a lot.
It's a lot of people.
One year, they announced they were graduated before they were graduated, and you could see them like running like a herd of buffalo towards the stage, and they hadn't even tossed their caps yet.
Yeah. Well, I became principal here in 2020, and it was like the middle of the summer, and we had a graduation in July.
Oh,
And it was just like, I don't really know you guys too much.
Nope.
And so I'm kind of talking about like, all right, well, what are we doing here? Again, I'm tasked with this graduation. I don't know anybody. And I think Baker finally just looked over at me one day. She's like, we got this. We're fine. And you know what? I said, I like that.
I stood behind the stage
I
and
like-
talked you through the whole
Hey,
thing.
it was
Nobody knew
perfect.
anyone
It was
there.
perfect,
Yeah.
but it was
great.
that's-
You trusted us.
Graduation here is just it's a huge event. It's cool for the community, but you know, a lot of these kids, some of them are their first members of their graduating class in their family, so it's a huge deal. So you guys do a fantastic job with that, making that work. How about like with AP World and AP Government? What's your favorite class to teach out of those?
AP Gov.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, AP Gov. AP World is a great class, but it is so broad. It's so broad, and like, you know, they talk about curriculum going a mile deep and an inch wide, but this one is a mile wide and an inch deep, and I never really feel like I adequately touch on all the topics I need to because there's so much to cover. Whereas in AP Gov, it's a doable curriculum, and the amount of time that I get, I can deep dive into it, incorporate current events, and I just think it's a better class. And it's more applicable to their lives than AP World is.
100%. And then what advice do you give to your kids taking those tests coming up now?
Don't wait to the last minute. Don't, because, you know, slow and steady wins the race. And, you know, because I have a review called the BOD, called the Book of Doom. I kind of piggyback.
Very Avengers.
Yeah. So I piggybacked off of Markum, you know, giving
Yeah.
it a name and things like that, in which they annotate the curriculum from the College Board. So they know exactly what is going to be on the test. And that tends to really help them when it comes test time.
And we're talking about, you know, we got 3 of the highest pass rates for the state of Florida up here for their tests. So make sure you're paying attention if you're watching and you're in one of those classes. Got to get that stuff done. What's your favorite part of being a Bronco, Miss Baker?
Well, first of all, like the people I work with, like my coworkers, we joke that we're just gonna have to, all 3 of us, retire the same year. We're just gonna mic drop out, all 3 of us gone, because what are they gonna have to, I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine working without them. That's one of the things that has kept me here all this time is my coworkers. Then you add on top of it the students. Granted, you have to learn and teach a different way every year because you have a different group of students. But at the core of it, our students are good. They have goodness to them, and they are great, and they care. You just sometimes got to show them that they care.
100%.
And I love that about that. And you don't have that everywhere.
Even when they mess up,
Yes.
they're polite. You know, even when they do something wrong, usually it's yes or no, sir, and they get it figured out. But we learn a lot from mistakes in life. That's a huge part of it. What advice do you give? You've got a wide array. So she's got 9th graders that come in and take AP Human Geography and AP the ACE program, the ACE Geography, which was just started this year, and then she teaches the AP Microeconomics for our seniors. So
Correct.
talk about how you manage those freshmen and seniors, and then you kind of get to see some growth as well.
I love it. That's the best part about it. Like, I see them when they're nervous coming in as freshmen, and I've got to instill in them a work ethic, but also a love of learning to grow their knowledge, to want to be a deeper learner, not just, you know, enough to get by for the test, but to understand topics and apply them to situations and things like that, which I see in 9th grade. We do a lot of building like that. And 9th grade year's tough you come in and you're like, I'm not sure, like, and then you're like in this college level program, and I've got to make them believe in themselves enough to try hard to do their best. And that's a hard task to do. But then not scare them away so that they want to leave the program because they think it's too much.
Yeah.
So we want to like, so I've taken it upon myself, how many years ago now? I don't know. A lot of years ago, I was like, I'll take one for the team. I'm going to take these ninth graders on because I have a feeling that I can get them to like buy in to themselves and believe in themselves enough to stick through the program and try. And even if they don't pass the test, they are 1,000 times better off as a student by taking these challenging courses than if they didn't. You know, they're growing as a learner, which is going to set them up for the rest of their lives.
And not all our kids go to college. Not all our
No.
kids. We've got a lot of kids that go into a trade or decide to go in the military that still take AP classes,
Absolutely.
which I think is really cool. What is the typical day like for a teacher? Go ahead, Mark. Tell us the typical day for a teacher.
Typical day, starting from just when we come in.
We walk through
Yep.
those doors.
Yep.
Some of
walk
us
in.
get here a little later than others, but some are a little earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. Walk in, get the day's materials prepared, make sure all that's set. I try to greet them at the door every period, even if it's just something as simple as good morning, which we get to say until fifth period
Yeah.
here, because we start so early in the morning. But that, catch somebody who needs makeup, confirm that we have that. Teach the classes. I like fourth period planning, which is what I have, kind of a
Breaks it up.
middle point in the day where I can make copies, where I can reflect on my next class and finish my last AP class and teach that 60s of Vietnam elective. It's a fun way to end the day.
Awesome. Typical day for you guys. You have a unique schedule because y'all split your seniors a little bit. So
Yes. So one day they're with me, and then they're with Baker, and then Baker's group is with me. So it kind of models the college experience where they don't meet with the same teacher every single day. And for me, whenever I get to school, it's like I have to do 2 different plays, one-man plays. A lot of AP is given by lecture, and I have to memorize and be able to perform 50 minutes, bell to bell, 5 days a week.
Yeah, it's a lot of it. A lot of shows.
Yeah.
A lot of 2 shows daily for each of those classes,
Yeah.
but it's just keeping those students engaged and finding something they're interested in.
And you have to keep them engaged. You can't bring them into a class and have it be boring. You have to make it exciting. You have to make it entertaining, because if it's not, they're not going to buy in. And so you have to make them want to be there.
100%. Let's talk about kind of why, we talked a little bit briefly about why we want to take these classes, but what's the benefit of taking an advanced placement class, a dual enrollment class, or a class through the ACE Cambridge program here at Middlebury High? Go ahead, Ms. Baker.
Okay, so like I teach both ACE now with that and AP, and there's benefits to both. We just started the ACE program here, and this new program where you take it, if you pass 7 of the ACE exams, then you get, Bright Futures. That's huge. Like 7 of those exams, and Bright Futures pays for basically your undergrad.
So 100%.
100% Bright Futures, that's a big deal. You can still have those opportunities with between dual enrollment and AP as well. It's a little harder to obtain. I'm not saying that ACE is easy by any means. By any means, I'm not saying ACE is easy, but that makes it obtainable for a lot of students that, okay, I need to pass these. I have a goal in mind. I know how much I need to do, and I need to get to that goal. Whereas AP, it's an international program, just like ACE is as well. It's the College Board. They're tested here. The test is difficult. Everything rides on the test at the end, much like ACE does. You're going to get your classroom grade, but if you pass it, then you can get the college credit for it. So that's kind of like, and then dual enrollment, great. I put my own children, I took dual enrollment in high school. Dual enrollment's great too. So, anything that can get you a little bit of an advancement into the college world. I'm not saying you have to go and, get something. Try it. See what it's like. Maybe it'll be a new topic that you didn't know that you were going to excel at. Maybe the dual enrollment class, you weren't thinking, maybe I wouldn't go to college, but you try dual enrollment, one class here, and you're like, maybe I can do this. It's something that's attainable for kids and gives them the opportunity to try a challenging course without having to pay for a college course.
Which is, it's huge, it's beneficial. I can tell you as a parent, having well, she's in nursing school now, but like, my daughter has probably pocketed around $24,000 when it's all said and done, just because she's got the bright futures through ACE. She's gone, she's got presidential scholarship. She's worked hard enough to get those classes where she started her sophomore year in nursing school and is able to save money and make money going to college, and that's beneficial for everyone. How about for your students, Ms. Boone? What's the most beneficial thing for AP, ACE, and dual enrollment?
I want to talk from a parent perspective.
Okay.
Because both of my children are taking dual enrollment and AP courses. And I am, as a parent, just over the moon. My son's going to graduate with 21 credit hours.
Awesome.
And who knows how much my second son is a little bit more driven than my oldest son. And so the fact that it's going to be less of a burden on me to send them to school is something that I can't measure. And so I am a huge supporter of the AP and dual enrollment courses.
Yeah, it's important. How about you, Mr. Markum?
I think the thing that carries well, because they have pointed out that the credits, go with your college, the money you save, all that, but I think the skills translate really well. Students over the years who have emailed me with a photo of an essay and one of my old writing handouts saying, Markum, this teacher didn't give me, or this professor didn't give me a layout, didn't give me that, just said this term paper's due at this time, and that they were able to use the skills they had maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago in order to do their college writing.
That is
and
awesome.
I think that's a valuable skill to carry with you.
Yep, and that's, kids learn how to write for the most part nowadays on their phones and text, so it's very important we spend that time on that skill, recognizing, writing a thesis statement, backing it up, and concluding it as well. So speaking of conclusion, we got to ask, there's one little segment here where you guys get to ask a question for the principal. So I'll let you go. Ms. Baker, you want to go first? You get to ask a question for me.
Have you heard anything about you opening up the new high school when it opens in Lake Asbury?
That's a fantastic question, and no, I have not. I'm a Bronco, so
Okay,
that's a
thank
good
you.
one.
Good. That's the one I
That's a
like to
good-
hear.
that's a
That's
good
what I
answer.
want to
Good
hear.
Yeah, considering I
Okay.
know where they're putting it, so thank you.
Okay.
A little rumor mill going here. Go ahead, Ms. Boone.
Can I have a raise?
Yes, everyone. All of these chairs you can hit a button and they lift right up. I would love to be able to take care of those things for you. Listen, this is a tough job. Being a teacher is hard. And, a lot of times, we don't always hear the most positive things, the greatest accolades, because, it's tough. It is a tough job. So what you guys do matters. It's important. And,
you.
we hope that, everyone can help take care of teachers and do the right thing. So appreciate y'all. I wish I could give you a raise. The best I can do is get a seat up. And hey, how about some pizza? We'll do some pizza next week. We got I can give you.
Makes it all better.
I can take care of time. I can try and feed you guys some more. Appreciate that. Go ahead, Markum.
Yeah, I got a question. I'm not as funny as these two, so I got to have a
this should be
serious
good.
question. If you could add an extracurricular or club or something to the school, what is something you think would fill a good spot?
Oh man, this is good. This is a lot of thought. So I've had kids come to me about like fishing, hunting, cornhole clubs being added, stuff along. Like people have come to me asking about lacrosse, different. I mean, honestly, this is when we just kind of talked about this briefly a little earlier. I would love to see live driver's education back in schools.
Oh, yes.
Not doing it because I think it's a lost skill. That'd be something. If I had a bucket, if I had a magic wand, I would try and add that on. But I think we have a really wide array of all kinds of programs for everyone. Just trying to find something for everyone to connect to when they come to school. I think that's the most important thing. If you're an 8th grader coming to 9th grade and you see this, like find something you want to be a part of that you're going to connect to every single day. So
Academic team.
the academic
Come see
team.
me.
We've got a lot of great opportunities here. Our senior class sponsors do a fantastic job, and this has been just a special year with I think our leaders, the student leadership.
They are hard workers,
has been
go-getters.
fantastic.
Love it.
They are.
And they push us. I love saying
Yeah.
yes to ideas, so they push us to do some things. So we definitely appreciate it. Thank you for your time today. Appreciate you guys. As always, Middleburg High School, thank you for watching Horsepower Hour. It's a great day to have a great day to be a Bronco.